Pfizer was established in 1849.
It's a US-based company headquartered in New York City. Its core products are Lipitor, which is used for cholesterol, Viagra, which is used for erectile dysfunction, and then a whole lot of other things. And it's also one of the mega caps in the pharma sector.
So on that note, market cap here is $213 billion, price to earnings ratio of 31, dividend yield of 3.4%. Just want to see the share price graph in comparison to Roche. And you've got a stronger upward tick towards the end there. Gary.
Yeah, again, Pfizer, it's one of the giants in the sector as well. So it's, it's just gone through an acquisition of Hospira as well for 17 billion, which has brought it into the biosimilar market, which is, you kind of need to talk about biosimilars when you're talking biotech. And it really, it's a way almost to get around patents. So it's almost like a generic version of, of a chemical drug. That's the generic version.
So in effect, we should see a lot more of them in the future.
Yeah,
as people try and get around the patents.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And I mean, it's a huge industry, and to try and get into biosimilars that are off patent for other companies and then being able to make the industry more competitive is a big advantage. But yeah, it's definitely, I mean, if you remember a little while ago, they tried to tie up with Allergan to try and bring down their tax bill.
That would have been an enormous deal, because Allergan, I'm not sure how to say it, that's an Irish-based company that they were going to buy for $140 billion and do one of these territorial inversions. US, or is it the Europeans blocked it? The deal's off.
I think it was US Treasury blocked it.
But it would have been a completely transforming deal.
Substantial. It would have made it probably the largest in the entire sector. But as I say, it got blocked, and I'm not quite sure for why. It was because the US Department of Commerce doesn't like companies externalizing themselves and then getting into a low tax environment.
Exactly right.
Anything else to add on Pfizer before we call it?
Yeah, forward PE of 13.2. So, expectations that they are going to be able to grow well. And I mean, I think they've got the pipeline. So again, you see a lot of the small biotech companies that are struggling with funding having to partner with the big guys because they've got the the wallet to basically take them forward and bring the drugs to market. So yeah, I think optimistic on this one.
You know what is interesting about Pfizer is it's been a history of, over the last 3 decades, deal after deal after deal. They bought Wyeth, they had a go at Allergan, they also tried to buy AstraZeneca, which is another one of the big Europeans we're not going to talk about today. I think they're going to keep trying. So my
until
sense
they finally get it right.
Exactly. They just have it in their bones and in their blood, which is to buy and to be active in the corporate environment, and they probably work closely with investment bankers. So I'm going to tilt not hot on that, because I think that can potentially be a share price depressing factor.
Gary?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go hot on it. I also think it's just it is supported by like I said, that forward PE is reasonable,
chart looks good.
And the chart looks good, and it's also it's underpinned by a nice dollar-based dividend yield at this stage. And I mean they've had a history of increasing dividends as well, so I don't think you're going to see that drop off.
So the dividend underpin is...
for me, it swings it to hot, yes.
And they got a couple of blockbusters in there, which we haven't even talked about. So can I revise my view and go hot on that one too?
Yes, you can.
I know I don't often do that.
Wow, you're convincing, Gary. Can you believe it? You just said a couple of words, next minute he revises his view.
Yeah.